To all you people complaining that the first 3 episodes were way too slow, episode 4 should have made you outrageously happy. So episode 4 was basically just giving us all the stuff happening outside Westview for episodes 1 through 3 and cleared up a lot of things, which is probably why that one person working on the show tweeted, "Hey, things will be answered very soon." It was very soon. It was like a day after he tweeted that. I guess now we know Darcy's actress who was talking about how, oh yeah, I was running through a field at dark, praying that I didn't sprain an ankle. We now know what scene she was filming. It was running out to help Monica. I also love that we got quite a bit more about the rules of the reality and more confirmation that Wanda definitely is the one doing this, which I've been saying, and it's because she went crazy with all the trauma and everything she lost. So those of you coming at me, I'm gonna do the elderly woman dance. Yeah. That'll live in your nightmares for the next decade. But I definitely do think there was something influencing Wanda to kind of push her further into it, because she was dealing with quite a bit of trauma, but she seemed to be handling it. So I think there's someone, we could say Mephisto, we could say some extra dimensional being that is kind of pushing her to that extreme. And then we probably have people like Agnes, who's probably Agatha, and them trying to help Wanda because they use magic and, you know, they were around since, well, they were around during the Salem witch trials. Well, Agatha was, not Wanda. Sorry. I had too much caffeine this morning. But going back to the rules, I like that we've learned anything that goes into Westview gets changed to match whatever the theme is going on. But we see what is changed within that reality when it comes back out. It keeps what was constructed. So if Vision is dead, as we saw in this episode where Wanda obviously took maybe a little bit of what Suri managed to salvage before Vision died, and maybe she put that inside his body and is using the rest of her abilities to construct him and give the illusion that he's all there and not a scary pale corpse with a hole in his head. So that gives me hope that Vision in some form can live outside of the Westview reality, pocket dimension, whatever you want to call it. He's just probably gonna look super fucking scary because Wanda won't have her reality warping magic to make him look all whole. It seems like that's a different thing that she is working on, trying to keep it masked up. And there is further proof that that theory is right, but I'll talk about that in a separate video for predictions for the next episode, because the little teaser they gave, I like seeing Darcy and Jimmy again. They are very, very cute working together. I think they have great chemistry, and I really look forward to seeing more of them. Definitely new recruits for S.W.O.R.D. by the end of this season. Oh, I know I'm all over the place. I didn't write, usually I write like outlines when I review a show. For WandaVision, I'm just kind of spewing from my brain and giving an initial reaction after I watch it, because Fridays are very hard for me to stop and do stuff like this. So in case you're like, wow, you are just jumping all around. Okay, back to Agnes. She was one of the few people that we didn't see an ID for. So she could have been around for a very long time, being Agatha, around before they had IDs and stuff. I want you guys to let me know who you think is the one editing the footage, because I don't think it's just Wanda. I definitely think it's someone else trying to make sure that they don't get in. And I'm kind of wondering if that person that is pushing Wanda towards these extremes is going to start to attack S.W.O.R.D. as they get closer to figuring this out. Also, you can't tell me this isn't setting up for Mutants, where Wanda finally has the realization that she has to let go of that pocket reality. She can't have everything she wants. She freaks out, fucks up a large number of the population, and boom, mutants. Because they talked about the cosmic radiation and how right now it's contained, so obviously it's not going to be contained at the end, and maybe through Wanda messing with it, it just blows up, expands, hits the entire Earth, and some people are affected by the radiation, cosmic radiation, while others aren't. It would be interesting if they went that way, but I don't know, I guess we'll see. Also, holy shit, how is Monica not dead? Being put through all that I know it's like on a sitcom or whatever, but dang. Is she in a coma or something? I love any little bit we get to see about the snap and then everybody coming back, and how absolutely chaotic that would be. I mean, imagine being in a hospital and then 50% of the population just snaps back. There's no way there's anything going on in our world right now that we can compare to our hospitals being overflowing with people because of something that happened suddenly. I'm sad we didn't see any commercials this episode, but I know why we didn't. We weren't dealing with the sitcom reality. We were just catching up with what happened outside of it for episodes 1 through 3. Elizabeth Olsen is acting her ass off, and she is absolutely amazing. Watching just her emotions and her facial expressions change from moment to moment. She's an unhinged woman. She's playing an unhinged woman very well. Elizabeth Olsen isn't unhinged. I'm sorry. Elizabeth Olsen stands, please. No death threats. Or do. I will have some complaints, of course. I just love to bitch. It's my favorite thing to do. I really wish they would have released the first 3 episodes together before releasing this episode. So they really should have done 1 through 3, release that, and then we waited for episode 4 to go, oh, okay, that's what's going on. The Marvel intro and the outro credits are so long. It is insane. They count for like 10 minutes of the total runtime you see in the Disney Plus app. Calm it down, Disney. And if you are a little sad that we're only getting like 20 to 23 minutes per episode, those are going to get a lot longer as the episodes go on. I wouldn't be surprised if we jump through a couple decades and then for the last maybe 2-3 episodes, there's 9 episodes total, we get feature length and some major shit goes down. We've been told that this show is going to absolutely change the entire landscape of the MCU, so something crazy better happen, otherwise you guys blue-balled us. Since I bitched, I want to say something they did incredibly well that I have seen very few shows able to do. They showed the time jumps accurately. Once we saw what happened with Monica with the unsnap and then her figuring out and then the 3 weeks later to go back to her job and then all the time that is passing, how they did that from scene to scene made it so obvious and so clear. Why is it so hard for other shows to do that? Where you're like, wait, how much time is this after the hospital? What? Wait, okay, that timeline isn't making sense. All of it came together so beautifully. And if there's something the MCU does well, I will admit that as a DC fangirl, they organize the shit out of everything, and I am here for it, and I love it, and I thank you. Keep continuity clear. All right, I give this episode 9.5 T-Rexes out of 10. And if you're like, why not a full 10, Rawrist? It's because I just wanted to put up the image I forgot that I paid for with a dinosaur's tail severed that I'm riding, so I could give half points to things. It's pretty grotesque, and I feel like maybe you should see it too, so you can share in the demented delight I get. Cool, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. I'm gonna go get some more caffeine. I don't need it, but I'm gonna go do it.